Sometimes you see a movie or read a book of fiction and you think, there's no way that could happen. This is the reason I like nonfiction, because you know the stuff that's happening really happened. And lots of times, in my opinion, it's way more unbelievable than something that the wildest imagination could make up. You see this a lot in sports, and the first book I want to talk about involves the athletics of rock climbing. It's called Touching the Void. It's by a guy named Joe Simpson. Joe, with his climbing partner Simon, tried to climb a mountain called Sula Grande. It's not the highest mountain in the world, but it's an extremely technically difficult climb. They make it to the top, but on the way back down, Joe has a fall and he breaks his leg. His femur went through his kneecap and shattered his leg. Now they have to try to figure out how to get down the mountain. Spoiler alert, Joe survives and writes the book, but the things that he endures along the way are just unbelievable to my imagination. I really invite you to pick up Touching the Void. The second book I'd like to talk about is called Rome 1960. This book involves the Olympics of 1960 and all the amazing things that happened during it. These are the Olympics that saw Muhammad Ali won his classic gold medal, but it's also considered the first modern Olympics in the sense that there was mass communication, there was professional athletes, not just amateur athletes, and it was also a great back and forth espionage battle between the Soviets and the Americans, and they're trying to get each other's athletes to spy on each other. It's a really great read. Maybe my favorite part is the story of an Ethiopian runner. This is the first time the East Africans burst onto the scene as distance runners. A little Ethiopian runner shows up for the marathon barefoot. Everybody counts him out. You could probably guess what happens, but I highly recommend Rome 1960. Finally, I'd like to shift gears. The last book I want to talk about is called Mathletics. It is about the math and physics and science of sport. It's unbelievable, the geometry and the physics that go into making a good athlete and a good athletic experience. This book involves just simple chapters, just 1 page or 2 pages long. So it's a great one just to kind of flip through and see what you are interested in. There's all kinds of chapters. One that involves the sweet spot on a racket, just mathematically where is the best place on a racket to hit a ball. It also looks at trying to strike a cue ball on a pool table. You can learn about the unbelievable amount of pressure that would go into a gymnast as they swing around on the parallel bars, the amount of weight and torque that has to go onto their shoulders. Even, and you should see this in a picture here, you can explore the mathletics of how a high jumper can make it over a bar without his center of gravity going over the bar. His center of gravity can pass under it while his body pass over it if he bends and torques the right way. It's a great book, Mathletics. It's really good just to pick up a couple chapters at a time. Some of the math is beyond me, but if you're interested in just the calculations of athletics, it's a great book. So there are 3 picks. I hope you come to the library and check them out.